You understand what I'm saying? Stop it. Listen.
Been in power
Think.
a bit
Think.
late.
And of course, there's the man who's got everyone talking, Nigel Farage.
Nigel Farage.
A controversial politician who doesn't seem to like migrants very much, despite the fact that he's married to a German, or was. He's currently dating a French woman, and his kids are part German. Well, he came up against influencer Nella, and it was pretty heated. I think Nigel didn't realise that Nella was born in Belgium and had migrated to the UK. And of course Nigel goes on one of his rants about migrants causing all of our problems. Now, I'm not saying at the beginning of this it goes very well for Nella, but what I am saying is eventually she starts landing punches, and you can see that Nigel gets triggered.
But this is what I was saying to you.
Apparently you're anti-immigrants.
Who told you that?
Oh, the internet.
Oh, well, there we are, then it must be true.
It would have been nice to have a specific example there, like the poster which was mentioned by Fred earlier in the week, put up by Nigel's political party. Here's Femi explaining how and why this is a racist poster.
In terms of the racism thing, Nigel Farage is a racist. He, when he showed his breaking point poster, he was pointing at Syrian refugees, saying that they are the reason why we need to get out of the EU, when that is inherently racist. And obviously there'll be a counter argument saying, well, how can you be racist in a photo? The UK isn't part of the EU's common asylum policy, which means that not one of those refugees in the photo had any right to come here under EU law. Which means, and the only people that do have the right to come here under EU law that are relevant to immigration are people who look like Nigel Farage. So he chose specifically brown people who have no rights to come here under EU law to scare people about EU immigration.
But once they're in the European Union and they're claimed asylum, and if they get European nationality, whatever, they can then
which means, and so you're basically saying that a Syrian refugee comes to say Germany, spends 7 years in Germany, which is the requirement if he wants to gain national citizenship, becomes a fully fledged German citizen, speaking German, a proper German citizen, shouldn't come to the UK because of his ethnic origin.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm really not. What I'm saying. Okay, what did you just repeat that last bit?
It must be true.
It must be.
It must be true.
Okay, but then why don't black people like you?
You'd be amazed they do.
This report from Channel 4 might shed some light as to why people don't like Nigel.
Well, this programme has seen a letter about the UKIP leader Nigel Farage during his days as a pupil at the exclusive Dulwich College from teachers accusing him of racist and fascist behaviour. Some members of staff expressed their concern after the teenage Farage was appointed a prefect, including a claim that he marched through a village late at night singing Hitler Youth songs.
So everyone hates you for no reason? Well, not that everyone hates you. That was so bad. But like, sorry,
you can disagree with somebody, but to chuck around accusations the way that they've been chucked around is grossly unfair.
This is grossly unfair. A poster that Femi has dismantled, but I'll go further. It seems that this poster has been taken from a Nazi film which calls people flooding in, refugees into Europe, vermin.
Anti-immigrant, right? No. All I've said is we cannot go on with the numbers coming to Britain that are coming. Do you know why?
I'm one of the numbers!
Oh, right. So that's it then.
Note that response. That's it then. What does that mean? You start to see a bit of that mask starting to come off, and Nella's hammering him now.
So should it be 5 million a year? 10 million?
Question,
No,
right?
you don't seem to understand.
Nigel, hang on.
Those immigrants that are coming in.
And hang on.
He doesn't get it. He doesn't see it, or he doesn't want to see it, or he's deliberately inciting stuff.
Hang on.
Had you have been in power a bit later?
So wrong about immigrants.
I did not expect to be caught in a full-on debate. I really didn't. Just wanted a bubble bath.
Doesn't that just sum up the people of Britain who just don't seem to either get it or care? But there's a change. We'll see a change.
Listen
to that. Nigel getting triggered, but he's also got this sort of teacher-esque, I'm right, you're wrong, I'm big, you're small, I'm an asshole, listen to me.
Since 2000, the British population has increased by 10 million. 10 million.
Yeah, we're growing.
A really good thing. Great for multiculturalism, but also we're not having kids. We've been steadily going down ever since the 1960s, and we're not replacing our population. And the quickest and simplest way to fix that problem is to have immigration. But Nigel, instead of correcting that issue, or bringing that up as a problem, or talking about how the economy should be helping people, not hindering families, he starts blaming immigrants.
Right?
Good thing, unless you want a GP appointment.
Right.
Good thing,
Okay, hang
unless
on,
you want
can
your
I-
So
kid.
I'm stopping you from getting a GP appointment. You're not getting an appointment because the NHS is lacking funding.
In front of you is a graph showing the amount of money being funneled into the NHS, and as you can see, ever since the 2008 crash, bugger all compared to 98 and 2008, a decade, has been put in. But of course, Nigel, instead of addressing this as an issue, he's blaming migrants.
I bet you anything here, if every single immigrant or somebody from immigrant descent was to leave the UK,
What, we'd be
huh?
We'd
The
be
doctors, all your doctors,
Nurses.
go on.
Oh, I know,
'Cause
I know.
Most of your doctors are Asian, right?
Which is
Most of your
wrong.
nurses are African women, right?
Don't you understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
You want us gone. That's all I understood.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
But
That's
that's
not.
what you're trying to say because we're
you're
not. We're
You just don't want
overcomplicating.
people coming. Is that what you're
Nella,
trying to
you're
say?
not listening.
Even Danielle's getting triggered by this, and his microaggressions probably aren't helping.
You just don't want
Overcomplicating.
people coming. Is that what you're
Nella,
trying to
you're
say?
not listening
Why not?
to a single word I'm saying.
I am listening to you.
No, you're not. You're not. You're dealing with this out
I'm
of a
disagreeing
position.
with you.
Right.
It's okay for us to disagree on this.
Nigel, despite everything he says, is a patronising arse. But it doesn't end there, because GB News got all upset and triggered by this and are now trying to control the narrative by bringing in Jim Davidson, who makes a racist comment.
I don't think they should cancel him off the show. I think they should throw her out. I mean, what an idiot. I'm seriously, I don't wish to be rude to that poor young girl, but Nigel should just swerve round her. I mean, if brains were dynamite, she wouldn't have enough to blow her head off, would she? How can you debate with someone that is so bigoted like that? It's ridiculous. And I'm not talking about Nigel.
What Jim has decided to do is gaslight the audience by trying to convince them that the reality isn't there, and in fact, actually, the real racist is Nella.
I think this is a sort of reverse situation that we've got here. It's crazy. It's crazy. This woman obviously knows nothing about politics. She's read about Nigel Farage on the internet and bang, in she goes.
Except I have read plenty of material, and I've shown it to you in this video, and it clearly shows that Nigel has a racist tinge to him, dating back to when he was a school child. But Jim's not going to mention that, is he? But Jim's not done, because he's now going to make that racist comment.
Well, that's Belgians for you, isn't it?
And the host had to apologise.
I am just going to emphasise, as somebody who's recently got back from Belgium, I love the Belgians. There's nothing wrong with the Belgian people. Let's just play a little refresher clip.
I'd like to say this is shocking, but it's not. This is just the racism that you see hidden underneath the masks of people trying to pretend that they're not. And we're starting to see it slipping with Nigel, but it was interesting to also see how he just kept on sticking his finger in Nella's face.
You understand what I'm saying? Stop it. Listen.
Been in power
Think,
a bit
think.
late.
Once again, thank you to all of my awesome Patreon and YouTube supporters who do keep this channel going and growing. For everyone else, if you'd like to help the channel, please click that like and subscribe button, as well as the notification button. It really makes a difference to the channel. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.